Thank you for joining today's session. I'm representing Sophia University Admissions Office. We're a private Catholic university located in Tokyo, the capital of Japan. And how many of you have ever visited Tokyo before? Could you maybe just raise your hand to let me know? Or how many of you would like to visit Tokyo in the future?
Visited Tokyo before?
Yeah.
Japan? And one of you? Yes, one student, two students.
Okay, yeah, that's good to see. So if you have ever visited Tokyo, you should know that Tokyo is a mega city. It's very huge, but we'd like to show you first about our location. So Japan has the most excellent train system in the world. If you have ever visited Tokyo, you should recognize the train system here in the right top. So the green circle train line is one of the very most important train line in Tokyo, I would say. And our university, we locate the closest station. It's only like 2 to 3 minutes by walk from our campus. It's called the Yotsuya Station. And we actually just located in the center of Tokyo. So studying Sophia, you can really enjoy your life in Tokyo. It's very easy access to all major cities, all major stations. So also you may not heard about Yotsuya Station before, but you probably should heard about Shinjuku Station, about Shibuya, Harajuku, or Akihabara Station. It's all very close from our campus. And also I would like to mention that many universities in Japan, they have multiple campus. So depending on the departments or the faculties that you study, you may be assigned to the downtown campus, or maybe a campus that actually takes 1 or 2 hours from the main campus. But for students at Sophia, we only have this one Yotsuya campus. So no matter which faculties that you study in, all students will study in this Yotsuya campus. Well, we do have an exception. That's for the student in the Department of Nursing. So the Department of Nursing students, they spend their first and fourth year in this main campus, but their second and third year, they spend most of their time in another campus, which is also very close from our main campus. So while studying at Sophia, you will always have the chance to interact with all other students, no matter which department that you belong to. Okay, so also, thanks to the very great location, we are able to welcome many international prominent figures to visit our campus every year before the COVID-19 outbreaks. So in 2019, this is actually right before the COVID-19 happens, we are fortunate to welcome Pope Francis to visit our campus. So the Pope actually visited Sophia in his very last day of his trip to Japan. So he came to our campus and gave our student and faculty member a speech right before he rushed to the airport. Yeah, and 2 years before the Pope visited us, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, he also came to our campus and talked with our students. And you can see that we constantly have many important figures. Most of them are from United Nations and also other important international organizations. So actually, many of Sophia University students are interested in working in international organizations after graduation. So we are very proud to host Africa Weeks. This is a yearly event, and also United Nations Weeks. We continuously hold these events even during COVID-19. So for example, the United Nations Weeks events, we're actually giving it next month in October. During the COVID-19 situation, many of the events were actually moved online, which is actually good because we are able to invite even more people who are working in the international organization, working in the United Nations to present their thinkings and to interact with our students. Okay, so let me change to the next slide. So a little bit about our background, Sophia's heritage here. The foundation year of Sophia University was in 1913. So we are actually celebrating now 109th anniversary this year. But if you trace back to the origin of our foundation, it can actually be traced back to the 16th century, which was when one of the founders of the Jesuit Society, Saint Francis Xavier, when he first visited Japan, he actually had this wish to build a higher education institution in the capital of Japan. And a few hundred years passed, and in the beginning of the 20th century, his wish has finally been fulfilled and has now become Sophia University. Okay, so showing you more information about Sophia using some numbers. So here are the numbers first about showing you we are actually a very highly international campus. So the 92 countries, what does this mean? So we actually, all the international students we have, this is the number of this May, just a few months ago. So our international students are from 92 countries, a very excellent number. So that before the COVID-19 outbreaks, we had the number was actually a little bit higher. And the 1,500, this is the number of the total international student number. And also, if you look back to the number before the COVID-19, we used to host 1,900 students and international students yearly. And about 25% are from the North America and European countries. Okay. And if you look into our faculty members, the professors, about 1 professor out of 6 professors, they're actually foreign nationals. We also have 1 Indonesian professor teaching Sophia as well. Okay, so next slide just continues to more numbers. So we have high student and faculty ratio. So if you look into the undergraduate student number, we have about 12,000 students study at Sophia. If you include graduate program students, the master program and PhD program student, a total student number would raise to 14,000. And the total faculties, the professors number is about 561. So you can see that around 22 students are assigned to 1 professor. So the relation between professors and students are always very close. And also, if you walk in our campus, you can usually find someone, either students or professors you know. So if you study at Sophia, you will never feel that you're alone. Okay, so here are information about our program, the program that we offer. Okay, so this is about our undergraduate programs. We have 9 faculties in total. So under each faculties, there will be several departments. But today, I will only be focusing on our English medium programs, which are the liberal arts, faculty of liberal arts, we call it FLA, and the faculty of science and technology, FST. They also offer 2 different programs, which I will be mentioned later. And also our new program, SPSF, stands for Sophia Program for Sustainable Future. Just in case some of you may also want to know about our graduate programs, we also offer several graduate programs taught entirely in English. So the first is called Global Studies. So in the Global Study program, students can study global studies, Japanese studies, and also international business and development. Also, we have Global Environmental Studies program, the graduate program of Science and Technology. They also offer English taught, and they also offer program taught entirely in English. And the Linguistic program, they offer TESOL courses. And the graduate program in education, they also offer English program up to PhD studies. Okay, so about the global education, many students in Japan and outside Japan, they actually choose to study in Sophia because they know that we offer we're very renowned for the global education that we offer. So starting from the diverse language education available at Sophia. So studying in Sophia, students will have chance to learn in total 22 different languages. So as you can see here are all the different languages that we offer. The languages in the first row, the languages indicated in red. These languages, we not only offer these in classes, but we also have a department which actually like Department of English Studies, Department of German Study and French Study, etc. So we do encourage our students to learn different foreign languages. All students, they will have to choose at least one foreign languages while studying at Sophia. But also, of course, if possible, students are welcome to choose as many different languages to learn as possible. And also outside of the class, students will always have the chance to learn languages by their own. So we have this office called LLC, which stands for Language Learning Commons. So students can always visit the LLC outside their class hours. So we offer language communication groups. So students will form the groups, and students who want to learn the same language will form the groups. And for those native speaker students, will lead the group, and they will chat for. They will have some time to chat together to improve their language learning. And we also offer language exchange and advisor for language studies and many different kinds of programs. Okay. And also, Sophia University, we have a very strong international networks. So as this map shows, you can find that we have partner institutions all around the world. Okay. So we actually have more than 300 partner institutions all around the world. As you can see, most of our partner institutions located in North America, Asia countries, and also European countries. So before the COVID-19, about 1,000 students participated in the student exchange program, which allowed our students to study in one of our partner institutions, and also students in our partner institution can choose to study at Sophia for 1 semester to 2 semesters. So in Indonesia, we also have 5 partner universities. University Indonesia, Petra Christian University, Sanata Dharma University, and others. Okay. So this is just quickly to mention the kind of study program, the study abroad program that we offer to all Sophia students. So we have long-term programs. Long-term programs means most students choose to participate in exchange program. As I mentioned, students can choose to study in one of our partner universities for 1 semester or 2 semesters. Or the short-term programs actually allow students to study for 1 week to 4 or 5 weeks during their long-term breaks, for example, during their spring breaks and also the summer breaks. And we also offer this special kind of social engagement programs. This allows students to do different kinds of activities. For example, we offer United Nations training program. We also offer a progress service learning program to bring students to Africa country or to India. Okay. And many international students like to spend all 4 years study in Japan. Since they're international students, they finally are able to come to Japan. They choose not to go abroad to study in a different country. And in that way, students will still have the chance to interact with other students in different countries by choosing the collaborative online international learning classes. So this is short. COIL is the short for the classes. So by choosing these COIL classes, as shows here, the example of classes, Sophia students can interact with students not only inside Japan but also in different countries. So even if you choose to stay in Japan, you will still have many chances to interact with international students, not only in Japan but also outside Japan. So next slide. This is also just quickly to mention that we also offer special admission to international graduate programs. So Sophia University, we have agreement with these graduate programs, mostly in the United States. So students graduating from Sophia can apply to these graduate programs in different ways, which will be more beneficial compared to apply to the graduate program privately. Okay, so Going back to the program that we offer, so I would like to spend more time to talk about these three different programs, the English taught undergraduate program offered by Sophia University. So Faculty of Liberal Arts and Green Science, Green Engineering, and the Sophia program for Sustainable Future. Okay, so let's start from the Faculty of Liberal Arts. Okay. So the Faculty for Liberal Arts, this is actually Japan's pioneer in global education. This faculty is actually the very first program that in Japan that started offering program taught entirely in English. So this program was founded in the 1949. It was actually just right after the Second World War. So we start offering this program called International Division to not only the international families or the American armies who stayed in Japan after the war, but also to the local Japanese student. So as you can see from this picture, this is a picture from past graduation ceremony. You can see some international students who are sitting in the front rows, and also some Japanese students in the back rows. They were actually able to study and graduated together. So this year, the Faculty of Liberal Arts has they're actually celebrating their 73th anniversary. So this is a very long. This program actually carry a very long history. Okay, so what do students study in the Faculty of Liberal Arts? So what is liberal arts actually means? So this program for the first and second year, students actually they do not decide their major. So for the very 1.5 year, student will be taking FLA core program, which will help students to develop their communication and analytic skills. So in the core program, students study for English composition, the academic writing skill, and also study courses like thinking process and public speaking. And after 1.5 year of choosing the core program and try out all the general courses, students will have to decide which major to follow in the second semester of their sophomore years. So we do for the Faculty of Liberal Arts, they offer these three different majors: the comparative culture majors, social studies major, and the international business and economics majors. So for high school students, if you're not very sure what you want to study in university, if you're still a little bit confused, I feel like actually give you a good chance to try out every different courses, and you will still have about 1.5 years to decide until making to make decision of which major you want to go through. Okay, so next, the Faculty of Science and Technology. We actually accept plenty numbers of Indonesia students to these faculties every year. So the Faculty of Science and Technology, they offer two different programs taught entirely in English. So first one is the Green Science program, which is focusing on material and life sciences. And the other one that's called the Green Engineering program. It's focusing on engineering and applied sciences. And as you can see that both programs carry the green word. So you can know that for both programs, a focus on the environmental technology is very important. So here shows you the curriculum that our students go through for the 4 years. So for the very first and second year students, they will be taking general studies courses offered by the faculties and also core courses, and following by the basic major courses offered not only by the faculties but also by their own program. And usually for the third year and fourth year, students will choose, they will continue to the adventure major courses. And finally, they need to choose the professors they want to follow and continue doing their graduate research. Also want to mention that many students in the Faculty of Science and Technology, they actually choose to proceed their study in graduate program after graduation. Okay, so finally, this is a quite new program. It's called SPSF. We just started. We just started this program 2 years ago, from 2020, and 2 years ago there were 4 departments: Department of Education, Sociology, Global Studies, and Economics joining this program. And last year we had the Department of Journalism also joining SPSF. And finally, this year, actually this month, the final department, Department of Management, will join the SPSF program. So what is SPSF program means? The SPSF, as you can see from this slide, this gives you the common themes of the program. No matter which department that you choose to join, the common theme is sustainable futures. The student in different departments, they take different courses, of course, but they will have this common theme to learn sustainable future, to learn how to achieve the sustainable future goals through different kind of courses. And also one very important learning about the SPSF curriculum is that students will not only be taking courses from their own department, they will also have cross-listed discipline-based classes, which means that you will be also required to take courses from other departments. So this is very important. And one major difference things in this SPSF is the final degree that you earn is different from the Faculty of Liberal Arts. So student in the Faculty of Liberal Arts, you will learn your final degree as Bachelor of Liberal Arts. But student in the SPSF, if you are an economics student, your degree name will show as Bachelor of Arts in Economics. So if you have already made decision on what major that you want to chase in university, SPSF would actually be a great choice for you. Okay, so I will skip the graduate program parts here because I know most of you are high school students. So the next slide is about the tuition fees, the annual tuition fees without the entrance fee. So the currency here is in US dollar, but for the student in liberal arts study and SPSF, if we change it to Indonesian rupiah, it's about 132 million for the liberal arts and SPSF program. And for the Faculty of Science and Technology, the annual tuition fee would be about 165 million in rupiah. So this may sound like a very large number, but if you compare the tuition fee in Sophia and if you compare the fees in public and private university in the United States, you can actually find it's very more affordable and more reasonable to study in Japanese university. And also actually from last year, Japanese yen drops dramatically. So this is actually the best timing for you to visit Japan and even study in Japan. So this one shows you the financial aids that provided by Sophia. So all students, all applicants can apply to the new student scholarship. So this one, if you're accepted by this scholarship, the scholarship will give you deduction on your first year's tuition fees. So the best one is give you 100% deduction or 50% or 1/3 of the tuition deduction. And so also all Sophia's original scholarship or grants are available with no loan, which means that student will not need to pay back to Sophia if you receive scholarship from our university. Okay. And we also offer housing. Our campus is in the center of Tokyo, so we offer all the dormitory that we offer are off campus. The closest one is about 20 minutes by walk. But the far one is about 60 minutes door to door, including the train time. It's actually quite common to take train for about to spend about 1 hour to commute to campus or for work. So here are different kinds of dormitory that we offer. We offer international dormitory. We also have female or male only dormitories. Okay. And this is just a comparison. So the Sophia Sashiga International House, this is very popular. It's about 1 hour from our campus, but the monthly rent is rather affordable compared to the other one, which is only 20 minutes by walk to our campus. Okay. So also career support, many of our students, including international students who choose to work in Japan after graduation. So the Career Center in Sophia, we offer more than 300 different kind of events for students from all years through your first year to your fourth year. So you can participate in different kinds of events to help you get the knowledge to know how to find a job in Japan starting from your very first year. And we also offer internship opportunities for students who would like to start from as early as from the second year. So this is just to show you some career path of our students who graduated from the English top programs. So for students who choose to work in Japan, they have the chance to work in all different kinds of companies. Here it shows you these kind of numbers. And also many of our students in the English top program choose to continue their graduate program study not only in Sophia, but maybe also in other universities overseas. So you will always have many different kinds of opportunities. Okay, so here shows you some picture from the fourth season. So usually the semester, the academic year starting from April, from spring. So in April, you will have the spring entrance ceremony for spring entry students. We have guidance for new student orientation camp. And in May, we have this All Sophians Festival, as you can see from the pictures. We also have sports competition events in July with other universities in Japan. And the spring classes usually end in the end of July. And the August to the middle of September will be the summer breaks. And the autumn semester starting from end of September, which is actually from next week. So students starting their autumn semester from end of September, they will have music festival, Sophian festival in autumn, and then follows the short winter recess for about 2 weeks. And the final autumn classes will end in the end of January. And for the February and the March will be the very long spring breaks for our students. So I will only have another 5 or 10 minutes left. So just quickly talk about our admission guidelines. So if any of you are thinking about to apply for our university, here are the things that you should know. So first of all, who can apply? If you have finished 12 years of education, if you're expected to graduate from high school, then you are eligible to apply for our undergraduate program. So as I have introduced that we have 3 different programs in total. The Faculty for Liberal Arts, they accept both spring entry and also autumn entry. But for the other 2 programs, they will also only accept autumn, which is September entry. Okay, so no matter what nationalities or the countries where you complete your final education will not matter. Okay, so this shows you for our English top program, you do not need to come to Sophia to do any entrance exam. So all the admission decision will done by document screening. So our applicants will have to submit required standardized test scores, TOEFL or IELTS score, your high school transcript, application form, your application essay, and also 2 letters of recommendation. These are the materials necessary to be submitted. So here are just more details, just as I mentioned. Okay, just to quickly show you. So in this slides, I did not include the standardized test score, but you will find more information from the next one. So here are the standardized test score that we required. So not only for TOEFL or IELTS, the TOEFL or IELTS is only to show your English proficiencies, but we also do require one of the standardized test score listed here. So depending on the program that you want to apply to, the requirement may be a little bit different. But basically, we require all students to submit either SAT test score, ACT test score, or if you're under IB curriculum, we also accept IB diploma, or A levels. It's another curriculum. For A level students, they can also choose to submit A levels results. So quickly showing you the application timeline for each year. So for the spring term, we have 2 application time. So the first application, which was actually until last week, and the second application for spring and the first application for autumn are actually in the same time, usually in the middle of November to early December. And the second application, actually the final application for autumn, it's usually in March to April. And this is just a slide to show you the average score for our admitted students. So SAT, most applicants choose to submit SAT, but we also receive quite a large number of IB students applying to our program using their IB results. Okay, so here are the average score for those who apply for our Faculty of Science and Technology, just for your information. Okay, so thank you for your time. Yeah, I'm glad that I can finish my presentation in 30 minutes. And if you have any question, I would like to answer them. Thank you.
Miss Kaku or Miss Nori?
Keikaku is my family name.
Pardon me, so Miss Nori. That's fine.
Of course.
Thank you. I'm Lantang. I'm the host who will help the students to understand the slides that you have just presented for us. Can you help us? Would you like to repeat the 5 slides before the requirements to get into the Sophia University?
Sure. So I'll just show you the slides about the documents and materials that we required for students.
Correct. One more slide.
So okay, the next one is about the standardized test score.
Before how to apply. Before this.
Okay.
Okay. One more. The previous.
Okay. Maybe this one.
Okay. This one. Wait for me.
Probably clear.
Guys, okay, we'll start the question and answer. Any questions, guys? So in Sophia University, there is the English taught programs and also the Japan taught program. Jadi yang tadi ditampilkan, this is the English taught programs. Miss, can you help us with the programs that taught in English so that the student can see the major, what are they? Like liberal arts and etc. I forgot in what slides is it?
Okay, let me change my slide.
In English.
Yeah, so the department, the programs that we offered in English, hold on for a second.
Okay, so guys, thank you.
This one would be better, yeah.
So, ada program, ini yang disebut dengan program studi yang diajarkan dalam bahasa Inggris. Faculty of Liberal Arts, Green Science and Green Engineering, Sophia Program for Sustainable Futures. So this, what is it? This program is conducted in English, yes, Miss Nori?
Yep, these are conducted entirely in English. So you will not need to have any knowledge in Japanese to apply to these programs.
Okay, any questions guys for these programs? Ada yang mau ditanyakan? Ini mau jadi apa sih kalau lulus dari sini atau? Any questions? Jadi ini program di Jepang tetapi menggunakan bahasa Inggris dengan persyaratan tadi. Ada beberapa alumni kita yang masuk di sini juga, ngambil liberal arts juga ada. Okay, any questions about this? Would you like to tell us the future of if you enter the Faculty of Liberal Arts, or what they are going to be after that? The career, I mean.
Okay, so our students actually they're able to work in all different kind of enterprises, I would say, because it's actually quite special in Japan that no matter which field that you studies, you will always have the chance to work in the industry that's totally different from your major. That's quite special in Japan. Yeah. So, for example, even if you are a literature studies student, you may be able to become an assistant engineer. That's actually quite common in Japan. So, what you study in university will not have direct relation with the kind of industry that you want to work at. So, I would change the slides to Okay, the career path of our students, as you can see.
Okay. Jadi teman-teman ini jalur karirnya, the career path after graduate from the university, the program liberal arts, you can see here. Please, Miss Nori, you can continue the explanation.
Oh yeah, okay. So as you can see that our students, they can really actually work in all kinds of industry. Come back to this one. So many of Sophia's students, our students like to work, they like to apply for like airline companies, banks and finance companies. But from these slides, you can also see that our students actually, they do go to all different kind of industry. And for students in the Faculty of Liberal Arts and for students in the English taught programs, they will have the chance to work in like multinational enterprises. So they will have more chances to use their foreign languages even after graduation. And I would also like to mention that if you want to work in Japan, although I mentioned that to study in our program, you do not need to have any knowledge in Japanese. But if you're thinking about working in Japan in the future after graduation, knowing some Japanese is also very important. So if staying in Japan to pursue a career is your future goal, I do recommend you to choose to learn Japanese after you enroll in university. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Nori. So guys, if you'd like to stay in Japan and after graduate, better if you also learn Japanese, how to speak Japanese, because this is the plus point, yeah, Ms. Nori, yeah?
Yeah, because it's always very important to be able to communicate with when you're during work.
Okay. Ada pertanyaan dari teman-teman? Jadi kalau misalnya teman-teman tadi masuk di Faculty of Liberal Arts, Faculty Science and Technology, lalu kemudian tadi bisa bekerja di perusahaan di sana, apakah nanti sebagai consultant atau kemudian sebagai staff of one of the company there, you can do that. Yes, Calvin, please.
In the previous, my name is Calvin. I would like to ask about the scholarship. In the previous slide, it was said that all applicants can apply for the new student scholarship, but and that it will require no loans. May I ask about the scholarship requirements? That is all.
Okay. Okay, so thank you for your question. For the new student scholarship, when you apply for this scholarship, you will be asked to present your parents' annual income certificate. So for the new student scholarship, we basically check your parents' income. But after you enroll in Sophia, if you continuously want to apply for the scholarship, you will be asked to present your your transcript during university studies. So your academic performance after you enroll in Sophia will also be any very important factors.
Okay, Ms. Tori, is there any example, for example, if the transcript, the scores, the last score from the student is, let's say, cum laude, and he or she is going to apply for the scholarship, how to get 100% scholarship?
Well, it's really basically based on your parents, the supervisor's income. So for new student, for the first year student, the scholarship office, they choose scholarship. They choose to give scholarship to those who have financial difficulties. Yeah.
Okay, so what is it? The university will decide what kind of scholarship will be given to the applicant.
Yes. So those who have more difficulty in their they have more difficult financial status may receive a higher grant by higher deduction rates of their tuition. Yeah.
Okay.
And if for those who apparently has no difficulties in their financial status, even if they apply, they may have no chance to get the grants.
Okay, is there any specific requirements for the scholarships?
To apply for the scholarship, to apply for the new student scholarship, there are no requirements. So as I mentioned, all applicants, I actually suggest you to also try to submit this scholarship application. Yeah,
Okay.
because there's always a chance.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Nori. Calvin, clear enough, yeah? Okay, there is a questions in a chat room.
Okay.
Okay. Is it possible to have part-time job while we studying?
The answer is yes. So student will have to apply for a special permit to the Immigration Bureau, which usually I've never heard anyone has been rejected. So if you apply for the permission and you get the permission, then you can work. You can do up to 28 hours of part-time job during the semester. But if it's during the school break, the part-time job hour can be longer. So we actually have many students who do part-time job like during semesters. International students, they usually tend to be teaching English or teaching languages outside of the schools. Yeah, and we also sometimes offer some student job inside the campus. But most of the students, they choose to do part-time job outside campus.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Nori. So if your English is quite good, you can teach English too for the part-time job, yeah, Ms. Nori, yeah?
Yes, but yeah, of course, depend on the students. Some students who are confident in their Japanese, so they can work in the Japanese izakaya, the restaurants. Yeah, so I also, in the past, I met a German student who work in maid cafe. Yeah, so that's really depends on the students.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, guys? Okay, please. Angel.
Hello.
Hello.
Before I give my question, let me introduce myself. My name is Keisha, and I'm from 10th grade. I have two questions. My first question is, how much is the estimated total cost of living and university fees in Japan, if I may know? And then my second question is, how big is the crime rate in Japan? Because we also have to think about it into the future. Thank you very much.
Okay. So your first question is about the total cost for living in Japan, right? I'm not sure I quite understand your second question. Could you repeat your second question again?
So my second question is, how big is the crime rate in Japan? Because we also have to think about it for the future. Thank you.
Okay, the crime rate, okay. So for your first question, well, Tokyo is, I would say to live in Tokyo, it's of course it costs you more money because this is a capital city, it's an international renowned city. So but also depends on your lifestyle. If you choose to stay in student dormitory, that will cost you less compared to rent an apartment by your own. And also if you choose to like eat out every day, that of course will cost you more. But let me change to the slide regarding our dormitory so that you can have a better idea. Okay, this one. Okay, so this one shows you the different price of our different dormitory. So as you can see that the one on the left, it's cost about in US dollar, it's about $415 per month. But if you choose to stay closer to the university, it actually costs you about double the price. So first of all, it really depends on your lifestyle. Yeah, and I would say for the monthly spends, if in US dollar, it will cost about, it's very hard to say, but usually when students apply for a visa to the Immigration Bureau in Japan, the minimum monthly cost, including everything, would be about 12,000 yen, Japanese yen. So I would say about $1,000, yeah, per month. Should be you should be ready for that. You may need to spend about $1,000 every month. And for your second question about the crime rate, well, of course, Japan is Tokyo is a big city, so I would not say there are no crime. But if you compare to other big city in the world, like if you compare to New York cities, I would say it's safer to live in Japan. And also, Japanese people are usually very polite, so it's hardly to get any like discrimination if you stay in Tokyo, stay in Japan, compared to study in Western countries. Yeah. I hope I have answered your question.
Okay, the answer, good. Can we say that the housing is cheaper than the apartment, Miss Nori?
Yes, if you for students who stay in the student dormitory, well, it's also depend on which dormitory that you stay. As you can see from this one, the dormitory on the right side, it's more expensive. So usually staying in student dormitory will cost you less, I would say. But if you choose to rent your own apartment in a very far rural area, which that may cost you less money, but also the commute time to the university may also be very long.
Oh, it takes time, yeah, from the rural areas, yeah, even though it's cheaper. Okay, thank you. And for the security, it is clear enough that there is no discrimination in Japan, especially in Tokyo. And any other questions from students? More questions, guys? So I'd like to ask about the international students' life there. When you were talking about the lifestyles, let's say, and how about the students, international students' life there in Tokyo, especially in Sophia University? Do they have some like organization or like a group member?
So we do have many international students. So first of all, I would like to say that you will never feel that you're the only one different from other students, because we have many students from all different countries. And we have like student circles, student clubs, and some student clubs are like they have like international student getting together with Japanese student to have different kind of events all through the years. So international student can also join that kind of club and to have the chances to have more interaction with not only international student but also with our Japanese students. Yeah. And usually and even for Japanese student, we have many Japanese students who are returnee students, which means that they actually spend most of their time outside Japan before entering to colleges, before entering to universities. Many of our Japanese students, they're actually born or even born and raised up in overseas country, and they finally choose to come back to Japan to continue their university studies. So we do have students from all kinds of backgrounds.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Nori. Any questions, guys? Anyone would like to Japan? Okay. I'd like to ask about this also. My student asked me, if you're in Japan, especially in Tokyo, this is a Jesuit university. Is it easy for us from the Jesuit college, the high school, to be admitted as a student in Sophia University?
Okay, this is a good question. Well, but the answer is, unfortunately, for a student apply through the document screening admission, your nationalities or your high school, your final education school will not matter at all. Well, of course, you may like to mention, like you have been attended the Jesuit schools before, and that may be one of your decision for you to making choice of applying to Sophia. You probably want to mention that while you write your application essay. That may make you have a connection from your background and to Sophia University. That may be a good point to appeal to the professors. But if you look into the normal application, I would say, well, we give there will be no like special advantage for students to apply from Jesuit colleges, from Jesuit high schools.
So let's say the recommendation from the priest is not also required, yeah?
That's not required. No.
Okay. Okay, guys.
So we do require letter of recommendations. It's all applicants have to submit 2 letter of recommendations. The letter of recommendation should be written by the teachers who have actually taught you in high school. Yeah. So by the teachers who knows your academic learning situation well, we do require a letter from them.
Okay, Ms. Tori, and the last question from me. It is about also the recommendation. The students like to make an essay, like what you told us earlier. Can you tell us what is can you give us the hints how to make a good essay to get into Sophia University? It is based on, for example, I'm going to take liberal arts. So should I make an essay that one day if I'm a student of liberal art, or when I graduated from liberal art, or about my dream studying in Japan?
Okay, so what students definitely want to mention is about the reason why you choose to apply for the program. So you definitely want to do some research on the program that you want to apply to. So if you want to apply to the Faculty of Liberal Arts, try to go check our website to know more about what student in the Faculty of Liberal Arts they learn in their university time. And if you want to choose SPSF, try to do some research. All the information is available on our website. So do your best to research on your program and make sure to mention the reason why you choose this program. And many of the applicants, they also like to mention their background. So you have this past experience that made you to currently make this choice to applying for the university in Japan to apply for this program. This is very important. And not only for the reason why you want to apply for our program, but also what you want to do during your study in the university. And you, of course, may also want to mention your future goal. This is very also important. So as I mentioned, our admission, we do not require students to do any interview or any on-site exam. So all the materials that you submit will be very important. So our professor will check your application essay carefully, and also the letter of recommendation written by your teacher will also be very important. So make sure to take a very long time to review the essays before your submission.
Okay, so all the material will be submitted directly to Japan, to Tokyo, to the Sophia University. There is no representative in Indonesia.
Yes. Well, yes. We student will have to apply online first, and then send every materials to Japan.